Right. Om Shanti. So, good morning. Welcome all of you to the English Avyakt Murli Reading Club. And a wonderful Murli again today. I was just told last night, 9:30. So, I had a brief review of the same. And Baba speaking all about how Baba's love is so different from any other love in the world which we've experienced, right? And I'm sure all of you agree with that. It's of 19 December 83. I'll share the screen in a minute, in a bit. And what Baba is saying, it's the magic of this selfless love. And we'll see what Baba also in the end, he asks a question. So we'll listen to it directly from Baba's versions. I'll share the screen. Do you want me to make anyone co-host? Let me know. Okay. So as you can see, 19th of December 1983. So God's love is the true selfless love. So today the Father, the ocean of love, is seeing his loving children. All children are loving, but they are number wise. There are those who love the Father. Next are those who fulfill the responsibility of love. Just zimmewari hai sneha ki. And third are the ones who become the embodiments of love and always remain merged in the ocean of love. And they are called the children who are lost in love. So I think this is what the category which Baba wants, that you just want the first one is, oh, I love Baba, I love. That's just the first category. Second is loving Baba with lot of responsibility, like, yes, I am responsible for everything in my life, and that is the return which I give of love to Baba. But more than this is the third variety, which Baba says they themselves become an embodiment of love. And what is the proof? They always remain merged in Baba's love, in the ocean of love. And therefore, they are also called lost in love. And therefore, the first category is called lovely, and the last category is called loveleen. Loveleen is actually not an English word, it's a Hindi word, but it means lost in love. So there's a difference in being lovely children and loveleen, that is lost in love. So to belong to the Father means to be loving and to be lost in love. So now we have to just check this, that are we really lost? And how do we check this? Throughout the entire day, come what may. Whatever happens, my state of mind should not be up and down and should just be fully submerged in Baba's love to such an extent that I'm not getting affected by anything and anyone. Right? So let's see what Baba has to say further. To belong to the Father means to be loving and to be lost in love. Throughout the whole cycle, you can never receive God's love, the love of the Supreme, from anyone else. God's love means selfless love. And God's love is the basis of this elevated Brahman birth. There are many bases actually. Sometimes Baba says purity, sometimes Baba says santushta, contentment. Here now he's saying it is Baba's love. All of us know. Right from day one, when we come to the centers, it is what we call the didis over there at the centers, the limit instruments. They shower so much of love and the pure love which is there. And that is the basis of this elevated Brahman birth. God's love is the visible fruit of our calling out to God for birth after birth. God's love is the donation of a new life. So he's explaining us so many things. You have to just write down 4, 5 points of what is God's love. It's the donation of a new life. So if there isn't God's love, your life is dry, like a dry sugar cane. Because dry sugar cane has absolutely, it's just, it goes to sort of, it's a husk. It is of no use because all the sugar has come out of that. Even the sugar cane juice has come out of it. So you can't process it for making sugar. So it's of no use in one way. So that way, God's love is the means to bring you close to the Father. God's love enables you to experience the constant company of Bap Dada. That's it. It makes you feel that God is your companion. It frees you from laboring and easily and constantly enables you to experience being yogis with the yog state. So This entire paragraph is all about, I think we should just keep uh, revising it again once we finish the reading Murli together. That what is God's love, which Baba has said so many things. And finally, he says God's love easily enables you to cross the three floors, that's the three worlds. I'm sure you know what are these three floors. I mean, worlds we know. It starts with the physical world, then we go to the subtle world, and then we go to the Nirakari, which is the soul world. And Baba has given these as flows. The most top one is the soul world, which is the first flow according to Baba. Then we come down to the second floor, which is the subtle world, and then the third floor, which is the physical world. And why Baba says like that? Because the third floor means the third, you know, third is not a very good thing. We say third class. So physical world is third class, which Baba says, now renounce the consciousness of this physical world and try to just come to the second floor first. That's the subtle world. And then to the top floor. That's the first floor. And according to Baba, the first number, first floor is the top one in the sense, um, uh, what do you call, not in the numbers 1, 2, 3 in the Lokik world. If it is a third floor, that's the top floor. But here, first floor means your stage is first. You know, as Baba used to say that topic koi bhi ho, but sthiti top ki ho, which means whatever topic is given to you from giving a lecture, don't worry about that. Just make your sthiti top ki. Let your stage be of the top, the topmost, so that you can be in Baba's remembrance. So now he's saying, uh, along with the three worlds and being able to cross the three worlds or the three floors, he's saying about the three consciousness. Forgetting, the first is forgetting the consciousness of the body. Second is forgetting all the relationships of the body. And the third is the attraction to the body and all the attractive things of the physical world that bring temporary attainment. This then easily finishes. So, body consciousness, consciousness of relationships, and attractions. So, deha sahit deha ke sambandh, padarth, and deha ke akarshan. All these get over. You then don't need to renounce anything. For the fortune of the most elevated attainment automatically makes you renounce everything. So, very fact that we know that what is my fortune? Baba is saying the fortune is of the most elevated attainment, Sarvasresht Prapti, right? It makes you renounce everything just in a second. So, did you children who have love for God renounce anything, or did you claim your fortune? So, here always Baba says these two Hindi words, Tyag kiya ya bhagya mila? Tyag bhagya, both are very rhyming. So, do you feel you have renounced something, or really actually it's an attainment, it's your fortune? What did you renounce? He's telling us. Clothes that have many patches. The renunciation of a decade old body of the final birth is that renunciation. So, Baba, if you can understand the expression here, what Baba is trying to say, in Hindi we say chattiyon wala kapda, which means a cloth which is torn many times or several times, and then people try to patch up with, they sew it and sort of make it reusable or reusable. So Baba says your body is also like that because it has been patched with so many things, with either medicines or so many things, because it has been severed. How many births? 64 births. We have taken birth after birth in the copper age, and we have just been going in a wrong direction, a decade in a degraded direction. So it's a decade old body, and now of the final birth. So do you feel that if you renounce this, that is really true renunciation? Baba is asking. In fact, you yourself feel compelled to make it function, right? We do all that, right? With some of the other things, either medicines or cosmetics, so on. It's a big vistar, a big, what do you call it? Big world of the body. We know all of us are experienced. So, if instead of that you receive an angelic body of light which has no illness and no trace of any old sanskars or nature, no relationships of the body, no mischief of the mind, and no habit of the intellect stumbling, Wow, so he's mentioned so many things of the mind, the intellect, the body, the sanskars, the nature. If after receiving such an angelic body of light, you have to shed the old body, is that called renunciation? So, what did you receive and what did you give? Is that renunciation of fortune, which means again tyag or bhagya? In the same way, the selfish relation. So, first he mentioned about the body so much in detail. Next, he's mentioned the consciousness of the relationships. So, in the same way, the selfish relationships of the body, the perishable relatives who snatch the comfort of your happiness and peace, who are brothers one moment and become enemies the next due to selfishness, those who cause you sorrow and deceive you, who bind you with the strings of attachment. So, if you renounce all such relationships and attain all the relationships that give you happiness in this just one, then what are you actually renouncing? My God, it's really massive what Baba is saying here. So much he's explaining us. And really, when you listen to this, in the true sense, you feel vairag. Vairag means that disinterest. And as we say, Baba always says, attitude of unlimited disinterest. Behad ki vairagniti. That really, in this world where we are living in, the physical world, the body, the relationships, is there really any uh, sense in it or any sar, what we say? Ras. I don't know what's the exact English word. I mean, do we really see that everything is so fickle and temporary from all the bodily beings, and everyone is really so selfish? I mean, forget all the other relationships. Even I must say, you may not like it when I say the mothers in the audience, the mothers in the BK group here, that even a mother and a child is a very selfish relationship. So all the body relationships are really selfish, means each one is wanting something or the other from that relationship. So you let go of all the relationships with those who are always taking from you, because all souls constantly take. They don't give you anything, right? Everyone is Levta, no one is Devta. It's only the one Father who gives you the love of the bestower. Bestower means Tata. He doesn't have any desire to take, no matter how much of a righteous soul or Dharmatma, a great soul, Mahatma, a charitable soul, charitable is called Punyatma, or an incognito donor they may be. Incognito means छुपे हुए दानी. So they still, all of them, they do still take. Then they are not bestowers. You know, bestower is a very high word. Data, when we say, means to give, but in English it's called bestower. Though in Hindi we say data, mahadani, vardani, all that. Bestower is something a very higher level. Giving is just routine giving, and bestower is like giving blessings, something like that. So Baba then goes on to say, they are not bestowers. I am the only one bestower. They at least desire to receive pure love. The Father is the full ocean, and this is why he is called the bestower. Only God's love is the love of the bestower, and this is why you don't give to him, but actually you receive from him. Yeah, here again, it's a deep point, which Baba says that dene mein lena samaya hua hai, that uh, actually first we take from Baba, uh, and we feel, oh, we are giving to Baba something, but actually Baba says, no, you are just receiving from me because I am the ocean. I remember in the morning today when I was doing my yoga, I was listening to a drill. In that Baba said, आप सब नदियां हो, गंगाएं हो, आप सागर नहीं हो, which means you're all rivers of knowledge, of whatever, dash, dash, dash. I am the ocean. Because you know, rivers can dry up, and that's happening in Kali Yuga. But an ocean never dries up. Ocean is always abundant, massive. So this is why Baba says, you don't give to him, to me, but you receive from me. In the same way, using perishable material possessions for yourself means to use things filled with poison. One more thing coming up. So all the material possessions, whatever we have, anything starts from a simple handkerchief going up to a big bungalow you own. All these are filled with poison because they're all the Kalyugi ones. What did you become by repeatedly using these perishable material positions that trap you in the consciousness of mind? Because we say, my handkerchief, my car, my bungalow. So then you become caged birds, did you not? Whilst if you look at the golden age, there we don't call my or mine. Right? So those possessions are such that they made you into those who only own junk. Junk means waste. Instead, you receive the most elevated positions that make you into multimillionaires. So to receive multimillions and then to renounce things worth straws, which means worth nothing at all, is that renunciation? So see, Baba is really so categorically telling us that do you all feel that we have renounced and we are wearing white clothes and this and so on and so forth? Do you feel actually it's renunciation is explained to you really in a big way to all of us? So renunciation has already taken place automatically. So those who are such easy and constant renunciates are the ones with the most elevated fortune to be underlined. Sometimes some very loving children show their love in front of the father and say, I have renounced so much, I have renounced so much, and yet why does this happen to me? Some children do say like that. Bab Dada smiles and asks the children, what did you renounce and what did you attain? Make a list and see which side of the scales is heavier, that of renouncing or that of attaining. If not today, then tomorrow you will have to renounce some things even under compulsion. Therefore, if you become sensible beforehand and attain something before you renounce anything, then is that renunciation. So Baba says in future, you would have to go and renounce something with compulsion. Something will happen to your car, to your bungalow, whatever, to your body, to your relationships. Your relatives may leave body and then you just can't do anything. So better is renounce now than later. And then Baba's again saying that do you even call again this renunciation a true renunciation or it is again an attainment in one way? And again he says, when you speak of fortune, renunciation is worth shells and fortune is worth diamonds. So you do believe this, don't you? Or do you feel that you have renounced a lot? Have you renounced a lot? Are you those who renounce something or those who receive something? What would happen if you ever had that thought even in your dreams? By saying, I did this or I renounced that, you become an instrument to erase the line of your fortune. So be very careful. Not in our words, but not even in our thoughts, we should have this, oh Baba, I renounce this for you. Because the moment this thought comes, Baba says in Hindi, लकीर के फकीर हो गए और हमने भाग्य की लकीर को लकीर लगा दी. So the line of fortune, I have erased that. I have put another line of cancellation on that. So never have such thoughts even in your dreams. And again, continuing on to God's love. God's love automatically makes you constantly experience a feeling of surrender. And it's a beautiful word, surrender. I remember having a conversation with Rakhi Ben, I think a few 6, 7 months ago. Remember, there are two English words, renunciation, renounce, and surrender. Surrender is called samarpan, and renunciation is called tyag. So Baba says surrender means sir under. Apna sir, the head should be under, which means you should always be humble and down to earth. And in Hindi, we say surrender means samarpan. So you all know we call the surrender brothers and sisters, the BK ones who have the official titles and they have their names in the registers of the surrendered brothers and sisters. So samarpan means Mohini Didi, I remember. Now, Mohini Didi, all of you know, since I think 9th April, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, not 9th, 13th. 9th or 8th, Dadi Ratan Mohini left the body. And from 13th, it's now exactly 6 days, or almost a week now, tomorrow. They'd announced that the chief of Brahma Kumaris now is Mohini Didi. So Mohini Didi, I remember we had kept her on, we had asked her to talk on surrender. So a beautiful word she said that Many people tell me surrender, surrender, and then it becomes a very heavy word. It's like I'm renouncing everything, I'm giving up something. No, surrender is an offering. And then she explained surrender means offering in what way? She said, don't look at the English word, look at the Hindi word. What is the Hindi word? Samarpan. And now I can say, uh, she said about arpan, but I can add to it. Arpan karna means to offer, and samarpan. Samarpan means sam. Sam means saman. So you become like Baba and then offer yourself and see what a beautiful feeling it is, because then you become an abundant source of everything, because you're becoming like Baba, Bab Saman first, Sam, and then Arpan, offering. So Baba says that God's love automatically makes you constantly experience a feeling of surrender. The feeling of surrender makes you become equal to the Father. There you are. What I was trying to tell you, that Samarpan, then you automatically, if you just keep offering yourself in whatever way, in seva, whichever type of seva to Baba, then you make yourself equal to the Father, Sam Arpan. God's love is the key to all of the Father's treasures, because love makes you into a soul who has a right, Adhikari Atma. Perishable love and love for the body make you lose the fortune of the kingdom, whilst this imperishable love for the Father makes you the fortune holder. See, many kings have lost the fortune of their kingdoms because of chasing after perishable love. We know so many such stories, right? And there are wars which are waged on in the name of perishable love. They consider perishable love to be greater than the fortune of the kingdom, and they really even surrender there and even are defeated in the wars just because of having love for the queens and just for the perishable body. Whilst here, God's love enables you to attain for all the time fortune of the kingdom you had lost. It makes you into someone who has a right to the double kingdom. And now, which double kingdom is this? First is the self sovereignty, which Baba is saying further. You attain self sovereignty, Swarajya, and then also the kingdom of the world, which is Rajya of the golden age. You are the special souls who attain God's love in this way. So don't be those who have love, but become souls who are always merged in love and lost in love. Those who are merged are equal. You do experience this, don't you? So new ones have come. And so for you new ones to go ahead, simply pay attention to one thing. Don't just be those who are always thirsty for God's love, but be those who are worthy of God's love, right? A beautiful line. Not being thirsty, but being worthy. To be worthy means to have all the rights. This is easy, isn't it? So move forward in this way. Acha? So to such children, now it's the Yad Pyar, that is love remembrance. We'll just revise what Baba has said. To such children who are worthy and rightful, to the souls who have a right to God's love, the fortunate souls who through God's love attain the most elevated fortune of the kingdom, and to the children who are constantly merged in the ocean of love and are equal to the Father. That's most important, being merged in, constantly merged in the ocean of love, being loveleen, and are equal to the Father, and to the souls who are full treasure stores, all the attainments, Babdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And here we finish the main Murli, and there's a question. Yeah, because we take this question and an answer. So, what is the greatest tapasya, the power of which can transform the world? So, the answer is to belong to the one Father and none other is the greatest tapasya. And again, tapasya is written as tapasya. It's a Hindi word, but there's no exact translation. Some people would say penance in translation of English, but if you do a Google translate as well of tapasya, but we never use that because Baba always makes us shy away from these words of devotion. It's a bhakti marka word. Penance. Penance means are you really trying to, that's Hatha Yoga in one way. Are you really trying to give so much of pain to the body when you are doing tapasya as a Brahmin? Not at all. So we don't say penance. We say Mahan Tapasya. So that's the answer, that the greatest tapasya is to just belong to the one and none else, no one else. And how we can do that? Those who remain stable in such a stage are great tapasvis, because the power of tapasya is remembered as the greatest power. So those who remain in the tapasya of belonging to the one Father and none other have a lot of power. And the power of this tapasya transforms the world. Hatha, here you are. Hatha yogis do tapasya while standing on one leg, and that's penance. However, you children don't stand on one leg, but you maintain the awareness of one, right? And being situated in the awareness of one constantly, it's such a big thing. Such tapasya will transform the world and therefore become such world benefactors, that is, become such great tapasvis. So I hope I'm not missing here. So I'll just stop sharing the screen here, and then we'll take a moment of silence and start sharing. Thank you. So you can start sharing now.
Om Shanti Manoj Pai. God's love. So I think this is the best thing which I like in this particular knowledge. Because even before we loved God in devotion, we loved God, but we always also faced punishment from God. Like we always felt if this was not done, this would happen. But I remember even when I was small, because I have often shared, I was always close to Christianity as I worked in a convent. I remember the song, God's love, it's so wonderful, so deep, nothing under it, so high, nothing above it, so wide, nothing can hold it. So I've always experienced that love. And just if it's not irrelevant, yesterday was Good Friday. I could get that feeling of God's love as sacrifice, which my friends and all were sharing. They have their way that how he sacrificed his life, his blood, everything. So that sacrifice also I could understand of God's love. But coming over here, when we come to this incorporeal love, a love which has got no particular figure, it's so abstract. Only we can understand that love. I think people outside will think, what kind of love is this? How can they just love light? But we just don't love, we get absorbed in it. It is something very different. I think one has to experience God's love now. Now this love, when he's saying, I have come back just to take you, I've missed you for 4,900 years, I was giving, I was living on your own, and so many things he has given away up. We know is now we know it's unconditional, unselfish, and he, as you said, you were speaking about bestower, he just gives irrespective of. That's why whenever that comes, whenever this knowledge I took, I just used to hum that song, जाने क्या देखा मुझ में कि मुझे इतने प्यार भर दिया बाबा. So I think this kind of love, it's just a one page Murli, but for us I think and you also told us a list in that paragraph, or it's something more than that. It's, I don't know how to tell you. There is one word I feel. I don't know the words of that song, but in that words is that heroine says, Sayyama, after I heard you, I'm going to cross all ये दीवारें तोड़ के सब में आपके पास आ रहा हूँ. That's what I feel. Baba, you have come now. Everything, what relationships, what body. I just want to come to you as I am, and I want to see you as you are. God's love. It's absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Om Shanti.
Right. So if we don't have any other sharings, just close. And before that, we'll really revise this Murli inside. And rather than revising now, be in this feeling of God's love, this most elevated love, and so many things Baba has said. So in this meditation for the next 5 minutes, I won't be having any commentary here. I'll just play some soft music and we'll really go in the depths, be submerged constantly in the ocean of this selfless love. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Manoj Bhai, but I just
Yeah,
want to ask you one thing. See, the second category, this fulfill responsibility, I was just trying to analyze it. Does it just mean when somebody loves me, I should also love him? I'm asking from the Gyan viewpoint. Devotional viewpoint, I understood. He has given me this, so I have to give him that. The first category, I understood. The third category, then that totally absorbed. Now, that absorbed, I take it to be craziness in devotion and merged in the Gyan. But can you just tell me that word of fulfilling responsibility? One question. Second one, the pulp from sugarcane. I've observed that sometimes sugarcane, when these people put it in the machine, no juice used to come out. And then they used to throw. So I used to, when Baba said pulp from sugarcane, I just went to that scene. Can you just please clarify both these visions, please?
sure. So I'll take the second one first because that may be a short answer. So sugarcane, I mean, what Baba is trying to say here, I feel is, see, when you look at a sugarcane in its full form, when you just, it's taken from the field and you immediately either people start chewing it themselves or putting it in the machine. Either ways, you get a lot of sweet stuff coming out from it. But then once that thing is over, then those things become very dry. And then if you put it in your mouth, you chew it, it is like, oh, it's like waste. Just throw it out from your mouth, something like that. So similarly, what Baba is trying to say, I feel, is that if you are merged in the ocean of love, you will always remain sweet. Ras lenge, Baba say, ek ras honge, ek ras means stable. And also will become like that rasile, like, another example which I can give you, Ras, I remembered Rasgulla, Rasgulla. Any Bengalis here, you all would know, or even you all would know this sweet dish which you all have taken, or even a gulab jamun for that matter, but more Rasgulla because it's more spongy. So Rasgulla, again, if you squeeze the entire ras out of it, the entire syrup out of it, it just becomes very dry and tasteless, absolutely in one way, and absolutely no sweet in that because the sweetness is of that syrup. So that way, Baba is saying that this love, in one way, is of a dry sugar cane if it is not the love for me, love for Baba. And I think to allude to your first question was There are three types of love which Baba says. The first is lovely children. The last category is love lean, the Hindi word love lean. And the second word which I feel Baba says is actually a word from the path of knowledge, because Baba, when he gives us these titles, they are not the titles of Bhakti Marg, they are not the titles of the path of devotion, they are the titles of the path of knowledge which we are on. And responsibility here refers to, so remember, the second category of love would be something higher than the first, but lower than the third. So, how is it higher than the first? This responsibility is responsibility of service. Because when we come into knowledge, we start becoming like, oh, Baba, my life is for you fully, whatever you want me to do, and all that. So, we move from one step of just being lovely, which means even Baba likes you, you're a lovely child. And lovely means LOVE, now we know, according to Baba. That way, we are having a lot of love for Baba. And that love of Baba makes us available for service, makes us give our more time for service. And then, our life changes. We go from Laukik into Alaukik. So, whatever time we spend in Laukik, we really try to rush it up and then make sure that, yes, because I love Baba so much, let me give some time for Baba's service, Tan Man Dhan, Mansa Vacha Karmana, all sorts of seva. So that's the second category which children also Baba likes, because Baba says you are my serviceable children. And now that you have taken this task of world transformation, which is my task, Baba's task, you're just helping me in that. And by doing your self transformation, you're doing this world transformation and also service as well. So that category is second, because that is slightly better than just the lovely children who are just not doing any service. So I think it is that way. And third one is obviously you're not only doing service, but you're so merged in Baba's love that you're so much in yoga all the time. And Baba says have a balance of service, that is service, and swa seva, which means service for the self. I hope you know service for the self means yoga. So, being in yoga, having a balance of yoga and service, both these two subjects. And if I'm able to remain merged fully in the ocean of love, I can really be an embodiment of Karam Yoga all the time. I'm serving, but I'm connected to Baba so much. So, that is the highest category, being merged in the ocean of love. So, I hope that makes a
Yeah,
little.
it means return of love. I think when you said
You can take
fulfill,
it in different ways, return as well, or service. Yeah, that's
yeah,
also true.
which Baba always asks, give my return.
Right. Okay, so it's 5:41. Any other sharings? Bijit bhai, yeah, you want to announce, yeah.
Yeah, one quick announcement about this Sunday's class. So Sunday we have a special master class. There, Hitesh Pai will be taking Murli Manthan session on Murli dated 12/12/1983. The title is The Attainment of All Powers Through Concentration. So request everyone to join and take complete benefit of it. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Manoj.
Thank you. So I'll just play some music, share some meditation music, and we'll be merged in Baba's love, in the ocean of love. Thank you. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a wonderful day.